Enjoy. See you on all fours. Sarah, just doing a quick sound check. Is all good here? Thanks very much. Enjoy. Just going to tip you down a little bit. Okay. So starting on all fours, we're going to start with our toe terrace stretches. So paying attention to our feet. Your aim is to get your big toes to kiss and your inner ankles to kiss. So there's pressure, toes pulling together, ankles pulling together. I know it's a really ugly stretch. So if you need to be here with me, it's okay. But the important thing is that you're getting a stretch through those toe joints for foot articulation. As we get older, if you forget to do this, these big toes get very stiff. And unfortunately, when your big toes get stiff, you start to walk with a foot as a plank rather than articulating. And then that, as you know, has a trickle-on effect all the way up your body. So you might start to get knee pain, you might start to get hip pain, and quite usually lower back of pelvis pain. So it all starts here, working on mobility of your feet, taking care of the fascia of your feet. Now sitting back from there, can you look down at your toes? Can you spread all 10 toes like you've had a pedicure? Can you see your mat between each toe? You're aiming to get the tips of the toes on the floor without scrunching, and then enjoy the stretch. Think about your head. Allow it to fall. So you're feeling the tippy back point of the crown of your head fall towards the floor. Should be a really nice moment for your back. Feel the very end of your spine, the tippy point of your tail dropping behind your heel. Now drop your feet. So now tipping the other way. I've just got somebody in the Zoom, not on mute. Just give me 2 seconds. Great, we're good to go. Oops, one more. Good, so now we're in a forward stretch. Feet dropped, opening up the front side of the ankle, which is often really stiff. Enjoy it. So stretching through the front of the shin, the lower leg, deep into the knee joint. Feel like you can open up your knees and give a bit more space. Very deep stretch for the hip, for the glutes, and therefore affecting the back. Now look up at your hands while we're here. Can you spread your hands like you spread your feet? So can you get all 10 fingers long and outstretched and the knuckle heads of your hands on the floor? So take the floor with the palm of your hand. Actively press. And then draw the head down into the space you've created. Now that the hands are actively pressing, you've got 2 long outstretched arms. And from here, you're going to gently look up into the space. So reaching your eyes out along your floor and up your wall. Check you're still pressing the hand into the floor. You've got the long outstretched fingers. The fascia in the hand gets really tight from using your devices. So if you look down, you've likely got a couple of knuckleheads off the floor and you've likely got a couple of bent fingers. See if you can stretch your elbows. You'll feel that increased work through your shoulders and your upper back. Keep working hands and arms and shoulders. Take your head down into the space. We have 2 more. Looking forward and long. Really work your hands and arms. Feel what happens in your shoulders and your upper back when you've increased the effort in your hands and arms. Lowering back down, we've got 1 to go. You decide your breath pattern. I like to use an inhale to come up, encouraging articulation through extension through my back, sending my sternum forward. I'm now going to hold that, bringing my weight up onto my hands, trying not to sink into my wrists, And then I'm going to head back. Keep working your hands. It's a lot of effort. Keep working your hands. Even when your head gets really low, keep working your hands. Transferring our weight forward, set your hand up. So that as we shift our weight forward, you won't be sinking into your wrists. So be careful. How far forward can you go now without sinking into your wrists? Forward you go, forward you go, forward you go. Keep working your hands, sitting back. You've got one more. Forward we go. Think about all those exercises that come up on Reformer that require this strength in your shoulder girdle, upper torso, your hands, your arms, your wrists. Okay, bring it back now. Now line up knees underneath pelvis hips. Work from the hand, lift your weight out of your wrists and fully outstretch your arms. Now wrap your shoulders around the side edges of your trunk. So feel a lot of space between your ears and the tops of your shoulders. Feel the effort required to get that. Think long through your spine, wide through your sit bones, and now breathe. Inhale, count to 5. Exhale, count to 5. Are you still working through the hand, lifting your weight out of your wrist? Keep practicing the breathing. In for 5. And breathe out for 5. Careful of your head positioning. You've got to strap it up. So think a little double chin. Last practice. Remember, the weight doesn't fall into the wrist. Sitting back. Keep active through your hands as you sit back. Creep your hands a little further forward. Hands are still actively pressing. Arms are still long and outstretched. I'm just giving you a little break because it's a lot of work. Good. Transferring up again. Shifting into the line with legs, with arms. Cat stretch. Let's start with an imprint. Exhale to move just the pelvis. Inhale, return. Exhale to move just the pelvis. To be strict, bring awareness in what's happening in your hands, arms and shoulders and upper torso. Can you maintain your positioning there? And then draw your sit bones together and draw the pelvis into the imprinted position. One more. Great job. I'm going to give you a little rest again. Tuck your toes. Drop your weight onto your feet. Now separate the feet so your hip width apart. You're about to do your roll up. So take your weight into your feet, starting from the bottom of the spine. Slowly roll back up. Check out your feet. Can you keep the knuckle heads of the feet on the floor? Can you keep all 10 toes long and the tippy points of your toes so that by the time you stand up at the very top, you feel feet. Start from the top of the spine, roll down. Keep sensing your feet. Allow your knees to bend. Arriving at the bottom of the stretch, knees are bent. Hanging over the top of the pelvis and the hips. Arms are resting, arms are hanging. Head is heavy. From your feet, push off. Roll through the pelvis, keep pressing through the feet. Winding back up through the spine, keep pressing through your feet. Arriving at the top, legs extend. Feel the vertical position, energy starting from your feet. Roll down. Start from the top of the spine. Feel each segment cascading. Energy still from the feet. This time, lower all the way down, knees to the floor, and come back out into your quadruped position on all fours. Full cat stretch. Exhale to draw the two sit bones together and wrap the two ends. Slowly extend. Move from the tail first, working your way up through the spinal column, finishing with the head. Pause here, listen carefully. Start from the bottom of the spine. So move your pelvis first, then your lower back. And yes, the head gets involved, but you're actually in the sequencing of the spine. Arriving in the position, pause here, listen carefully. Start from the bottom of the spine. Feel your tail. Feel your sacrum. Feel your lower back. Feel your middle back. Without sinking into your wrists, bring us through into the extended position. Stay here. Check your hands. Check you haven't sunk into your wrists. So you're actually pushing off the hand right now and you're lifting your weight out of the wrist. Move from the tail without sinking into your wrist. Push off the hand. Stay strong through your arms and shoulders. Wind us into the cat position. Keep thinking about your hands. Start from your tail. Working through the spine from the bottom to the top. Check in your extended position. Still pushing off the hand, lifting your weight out of your wrist. Good, you're tucking your toes. You're walking us back. You're setting up your feet again, hip width apart. Separate your toes. Get the foot ready. Heels go down, keep the foot. Round the back, keep the foot. Start to roll, keep the foot. Keep pressing through the knuckles of the foot. All 10 toes long without scrunching. Working through your spine, arriving at the top. You're going down from the top of the spine. Roll. Sequencing through. Sensing each part of the back. Hands are touching the floor. You're crouching. Reach your hands back forward and find the all four position. Now, without sinking into the wrist, you're going to send your right arm as far forward and up as you can. Check you haven't sunk into the wrist. Bring it back. Reach the left hand forward and up. Really extend out through the arm and bring it back. Check your positioning. So pelvis, so spine, and bring it back. Left arm. Good, how smooth can you make the journey as you take one arm off? Careful you're not biting up into the top of the shoulders, so really secure the shoulder positioning. Good, tuck toes, walk back, drop feet, step them up, roll back up, working through the spine. Think about all the work we've so far done in the back. Can you apply that now in the standing roll down? From the top of the spine, sense what's happening as you work through the back. Like you've got imaginary fingers working down the spine with you. Crouch low. Move back into your quadruped position, set us up. Actively take the floor. Actively lift your weight out of your wrists and then feel where you've placed your spine. So if you were to look along your spinal column now and take a photograph of yourself side on, what would you like to see? Now you're going to pick up the right knee, tuck the toes of the right foot, and then extend. You're going to roll back through the right foot. Right knee ends up hovering just off the floor. Land it back down. You're going to pick up the left knee. You're going to roll over the left foot, extending your left knee. You're going to roll back through the left foot, left knee hovering, land it. Now pause, listen carefully. That action has to happen without you sinking into your wrists. Take care. Lift out of the wrist, pick up right knee. Lift out of the wrist, roll through the right foot, extend the knee. Without sinking, roll through the right foot, right knee hover, land it down. Pick up left knee without sinking into your wrists. Roll through left foot. Roll back through left foot, left knee hovering, sit back down. Creep your hands just ahead of you. Wrap your both elbows in and land both elbows on the floor. Push back up. Really use your hands. So careful as you lower your elbows. Have you still got all the knuckles? Lift back up. Wind those elbows in, line with the heels of your hands. Good. Now, ladies, check the spine. So as you lower down, you're pitching over the top of the hip, not sitting back. So careful you're not unloading the position. 2 to go. Last one. Stay. Stretch your right leg back. Stretch your left leg back. Now bring 2 feet together. Keep taking the work through the hands. Look along the length of your spine. Double chin it and really work your legs. Push off your feet and return. Little rocking action. Push off your feet and return. Push and return. Last one. Push and return. Lower your knees. Creep your hands back. Take the feet with your floor, drop your head. And start to stand, roll back up. Rolling through the back. Arriving at the top. Stay. Shift your weight onto your left. Pick up your right foot. Close your eyes. You're allowed to use the right foot to correct your balance whenever you need it. In fact, you prefer to do that than falling or shuffling. The goal is to keep the foot and give the foot exercise. Ladies, you're on a fully charged up left leg, so be careful you're not standing on a buckled knee. Really use your leg muscles and really feel the pressure of the foot taking the floor. A little while longer. Back to 2. Transfer onto your right, really set up your foot. Close your eyes. Keep practicing. Back to 2. Roll down. Knees buckle as soon as you move the head. Set your foot. Take the floor with your foot as you're rolling. Good. Creep back out. Onto elbows. Send both feet back. Legs together. Now, Instead of pushing us forward from the feet, you're going to pull us forward from the shoulders. Pull. Try not to move your feet. Pull. So really use your hands, your arms, and your shoulders, upper torso. Try not to move your feet. Last one. And rest. Oh. Okay, some of that you suitably connected to my upper body. All right, I've got my friendly tool. I'm about to lie down on my back. And we're bridging. Here we go. Oh, feels really good. Hopefully you agree. Okay, I'm going to have a little moment. So we've used the hands and feet, the work we've done of the hands and feet to make sure now when we start our mat work, we don't lose the ends of our body. Because we already know now, so the experience is you feel space, right? So suddenly the spread through your back is really obvious. The sense of feet connecting to legs and hips, very clear. Sense of your spine, clear. Good. You're going to float the pelvis. So without losing your neutral pelvis, neutral spine, 5 count raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check at the top. So if you were to look along the length of your spine, are all the joints of the spine in the neutral alignment at the top of your bridge? Now sense your feet. Are you actively pressing the heels down into the floor and sucking the heels back towards your pelvis? You've got to keep that as we slowly sit. Pulling the pelvis towards your feet, lowering down, maintaining neutral pelvis, neutral spine, no tuck. So the first thing that should have landed on the floor is your middle back and the back of your pelvis, not your lower back, lady. Float up without tucking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you look along the front line of your torso, those abdominals should be deepening. So really work your core. Create tension in the core to support your lower back. Now remember the feet, actively pressing down with the heels and actively sucking back towards your hip bone. Pelvis reaching forward. Slowly sit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now look up in the upper torso. Have you still got the hands? The fully outstretched arms, the wide open shoulders. Scapulars are heading to the edges of your trunk. Try not to grip. Float. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We stay. How far up can you raise the pelvis without hyperextending your lower back? Now tip. Right hip up, left hip down. Back to center. Left hip up, right hip down. Back to center. 2 more. Really feel what you're doing. Keep a check of the spine. Last one. Now you're going to roll down from the top of the spine. Go slow. Sensing each part of the back as you lay. There's a sense of laying forward, arriving at the bottom. You're going to roll up. Start from the bottom of your spine. Arriving at the top. Check your positioning. Check your feet and lower legs aren't resting. You're going to bridge down. Maintain your neutral position. Think, reach forward with your pelvis. You're going to bridge up. So it's a little combo. Bridge up. Spend a little minute at the top. Check your feet. You're going to roll down, starting from the top of the spine. And rest. Well done. Take the ball out. Grab hold of your knees. Draw your knees into your chest. Wrap one hand around each ankle. And just have a little moment. Really nice stretch for the lower back. From here, you're going to exhale and roll into the roll like a ball position. You're going to actively press the legs up into your hands. So your booty will be off the floor. Squeeze your feet together. And now check the abdominals. Can you deepen them? Now slowly return, working through the spine, feeling each one of those joints in your middle back touch the floor. Arriving back in the neutral position. Exhale, fold through the sternum, swing the sternum inwards, round the back. There's your full C-curve spinal flex position. Actively push your feet up into your hands and actively squeeze your feet together. Feel the abdominal compression. Feel the opening in your back. Return. You know what we're getting ready for. Exhale. So you've now got the whole shape of the back. Your legs are actively pressing up into your hands. They're wide and they're squeezing feet together. Rock. Lift your tush. Keep working through your legs against your hands. When you make it to the top, have a little balance. Check your position. Keep squeezing your feet together and actively press your legs against your hands. Rocking, rolling back. 4 to go. Last one. Great job. Turning around to face so you can see what's going on. So you're going to set up in your mermaid start position, top hand behind your head. So when you look down at this hand, it's everything we've been working on. So really take the floor with that hand. You're going to side bend. So you're going to change the shape of the spine into lateral flexion, keep tipping like a teapot. You're going to lay the elbow on the floor and push back up. And make the change in the back. How much shaping can you get into the back? Tipping through the crown of the head, laying the elbow, extend. We've got 3 more. Change the shape, really feel one side short and one side long, and over in the side bend you go. 1 more. Shape the back, side bending, lateral flexion, and push back up. Spin around, other side, same. You're in your mermaid legs, hand extended out, top hand behind your head, sit up as tall as you can, and arc through the back. Feel the shape change in your neck, your upper back, your middle back, your lower back. Push back up. Check out your hand before we take off. Can you wind your elbow in line with the heel of your hand and lift back up? Keep looking at your hand. Wrap the elbow in and lift back up. We've got 3 to go. Side bend and lift back up. Side bend and lift back up. Last time. Side bend and lift back up. Well done. spinning around. I'm going to grab my tool between my legs again, roll back, reaching your long arms forward. I like to keep my jazz hands going now that I've got that feeling in my hands. Rolling back, sequencing through the spine. You're aiming to get the lower back to kiss the floor and keep the shape. Grab hold of your knees, your legs. Stack from the bottom of the spine. Sit up as tall as you can. Keep going. Clock your ceiling. Lift your heart and chest. And try and take us into basic back extension here. Return to vertical. Release the hands. Imprint. Roll back. Aiming to get the lower back to kiss. Keep your shape. Grab hold of your legs. Sit and stack from the bottom of your spine. As you look up at the ceiling, sense your lower core. Keep walking your eyes along the ceiling. Really lift your chest. Feel the stretch between your sternum and your pubic bone. Remember, we practiced that on all fours. Release the hands. Roll. Returning your shape. Grab hold of the legs. Start from the bottom of the spine. Stack. Sit. Check lower core as you lift your chest. As you feel extension in your upper back. And return. Drop the tool. Meet me down on your back. Take your arms out wide and float your legs to tabletop. Squeeze your feet together and separate the knees. So enough gap for an imaginary ball to pop in. As you squeeze your feet, actively suck and draw your legs into the hips. The feeling should be similar to what we worked on in Roll Like a Ball. Spine twist. Sway your knees to the right. Look left. Come back to center. Keep those legs active. Sway your knees left. Tip pelvis left. Look right. Come back to center. Keep working your legs. Squeeze your feet as you take off. Check lower core as you take off. And come back to center. Last one. Good. Pull the knees into the chest. Take the hands, wrap them around the legs. Curl, roll up into the start position for single leg stretch. Draw the right knee into your chest and extend your left leg forward. Stay here. Keep actively pressing your right leg up into both hands. Keep that feeling. Switch sides. Now really work your left leg as you take the hands. Actively press up through your left leg into your hand. Switch sides. Switch sides. Switch sides. Switch sides. Fold in. Have a little moment. Good, we're going to work on our leg circles. So that message about actively pushing up into the hands, we're going to practice that as leg circles now. So right leg bent, actively pressing up into your two hands. Left leg fully extended to your ceiling. Slowly lower your left leg towards the floor. Hold it here. Check what you're doing in your right leg. Check what you're doing in your pelvis. Slowly open left leg for the circle and bring it up. Slowly down. Pause at the bottom here. Check your pelvis position. Check your spine. Around you go. Circling back up. One more. Check the tone in your left leg. How long can you make your left leg? Circle around. Bring it back up. Reverse it. Really reach through your left leg. Really use your leg muscles and bring it back up. Stay active and strong with your hands, arms, and the pressure of your right leg into your hands and arms. Last one. Switch sides. It's great, right? So it teaches us such a lot about both legs, because often we get distracted by the moving parts. Right leg goes down, you've got a little hover here. Check your core. Check your mid-back, check you're not arching your back. Slowly circle your leg, focusing on the control in your trunk. And down you go. Really feel the work and the energy in your hip flexors on your left. Around and up. One more. Really feel the tone around your knees. Long through your inner thigh edge of your leg. Let's reverse it. Circling down to that low point that we found and come back up. So it's like a little target. Circling around to find that lower point and raise it back up. One more time, circling around to find that lower point and raise it back up. Knees in on your chest, have a little moment. Rock yourself to sit up and let's practice our saw. So let's sit with the legs as wide as you can. Good. Let's have a little stretch. So creep your fingers forward. But as you're creeping your fingers forward, ladies, remember your legs now. So we really worked that leg. So both backs of knees are touching the floor. Both backs of calves are pushing down into the ground. So the legs are strong. They're the base of support. Roll back up. Sit tall. Good. Reach one arm over the top. Try and slide as close to the foot as you can. There's your side bend. We've also worked on that this morning. Feel what's happening in this opposite leg. So press down in the calf and lift back up. Other side. Start from a stable and strong base. Take off. Keep working your legs. And lift back up. Good. Over you go. Stay nice and strong through your core. Energy reaching out and over through the crown of your head. And lift back up. Last time. And extending it over. And lift back up. Good. Now you're going to take both hands to your left diagonal. So try and get both hands to touch straight over the top of your left foot. Open back out to the side. Try the other side. Both hands try to close, but head straight over the top of your right foot. Sit up as tall as you can and press both calves down into the floor. Open back up. We're adding both hands reach over top of left foot. Now, along the front of the left arm, rotate backwards. Left hand is reaching past left foot, and right hand is trying to turn right behind you as far as you can. Check what you're doing in your legs. Actively press both legs down. Close it back up. Reach both hands above your head. Sit up as tall as you can. Clock your center. Open up. Other side. Close both hands. Inside, right arm, twist and turn right back to see the wall behind you. Check what you're doing in both legs. Raise both arms up. Interlace them and look up. We're ready for saw. Here we go. Right hand goes over the top. Reach and touch your left foot. Feel what's happening in your left arm. Are you reaching it behind you, back and up? Right arm comes up. You sit tall. You look up. Windmill both arms, sitting as tall as you can. Press both calves down into the floor and take the right over the top of your right thigh. Windmill Sit up as tall as you can, clock your ceiling, extend through both arms, and go left. Keep pressing that back arm up. Reach up, windmill, and touch. Whew. Well done, everybody. So it's just a little variation on the saw. So it really makes this work. Okay, down on your side, little bit of side work coming your way, little bit of lateral hip work. Don't know about you, I felt like I needed it when we went into our single leg balance work. Bit off this morning. Good. So both legs are extended, top hand is on the floor. Can you raise the top leg up? And just stay. So what I'm working on right now is my whole underside of my body. So I'm trying to gain as much space through that edge as I can. So I'm pressing my right hand down into the floor. I'm fully outstretched. I'm really engaged through this right shoulder. I can feel the tone in my waist. I can feel the energy right out past that right foot. Now take your hand off the floor. Can you bring the underneath leg to meet the top and take it back? Can you bring the underneath leg to make it to the top and lower? 4 to go. Underneath leg, lower, underneath leg, lower. What does it feel like not to tip the pelvis back? If that's happening to you, you're much better off coming to here and really focusing on the positioning of your pelvis and your spine. Last one. Good. We do little scissors. Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together. Tricky, right? Because the first thing that tends to happen is you buckle at the knees. So you want to move your thighs back together. Move your thighs back together. Last time, move your thighs back together. Setting up for side kick. Up you come. Top leg. Flex it. Swing it forward with a strong foot. Return it back, point the foot. Sweep it back with 2 strong legs. Return it. Flex the foot and sweep it forward. Return it. Point the foot and sweep it back. We add the pulse. Sweep it forward a little higher. Sweep it back. Sweep it forward a little higher. Sweep it back. Sweep it forward a little higher. Sweep it back. Last one. Sweep it forward a little higher. Sweep it back. Good job. Getting ready for a little side planking. You knew I was going to go there from the start of the class. Okay, can you extend both legs, stiff feet? Can you pick us up? Can you lay and lift up? Can you lay and lift up? Check your legs. Good. Now really sense your core. Lift up. Last one. Good. Second side. Okay. Setting up 2 long outstretched legs, pencil straight. Kind of sense the back of your mat and see if you can line yourself up like the back of the mat. Feet ever so slightly forward in front of your pelvis. Remember the activity we've talked about? So there's an expression through the whole body right now. Feel long. Float the top leg up, keep working for the length. If you feel like you're ready for the balance and you've got the stability in this position, go for the hand. Bottom leg to the top. Touch. How much more energy can you get in the legs? Are they maximally long? Reach it up. Touch. Reach it up. Touch. Reach it up. Touch. Last one, reach it up and hold. Lower both legs. Lift. Lower both legs. Lift. Remember, the focus is on the spine and the pelvis. So really secure your base. Last two. Last one. As it is, move your thighs back together. Still maximally long with your legs. So bring a stiffness into the legs. Very similar stiffness into your trunk. So there's not even a little movement through your spine or pelvis. Last set. Getting ready for your side kick. Up onto the elbow. Try not to sit. Try and lift out. Raise the top leg. Flex. Sweep this top leg forward without buckling your underneath leg. Return it. Sweep it behind without buckling your underneath leg. Return it. Sweep it forward. Return it. Sweep it back. We're adding, sweeping it forward a little higher for the pulse. Return it. Sweeping it forward a little higher for the pulse and return. Have you noticed our deliberateness with this practice this morning on this exercise? Because I think we cheat. So we've deliberately broken it down and gone, get to the mark, pull a little higher. I think we use gravity and momentum a little bit and swing it forward a little higher and sweep it back. Good job. Over onto your belly. Meet me ready for diamond press. So set up your hands, and I really shouldn't say diamond press, should I? Because we've actually got our jazz hands with our index fingers kissing. So we're trying to get the hands spread, the knuckles on the floor again, and we meet that with our head. Legs are parallel, hip width apart. Legs are active and strong. Reach forward with the crown of your head. Walk your eyes out along the floor and see how far you can come up without lifting your elbows off the ground. Stay very strong in your core, grounded in your pelvis, actively long in your legs, pushing off the tops of your feet. Like a caterpillar would, lay your chest, think forward, return. Breathing in, working from the top of your spine down. It's such a hard thing, right? Because we miss so many of those joints in our upper back. We don't even realize. Because we're so keen to get to the top of the movement. Coming down, deliberately work on your back. Lay your chest. Lay your head. Now be careful here. Don't race up. Really feel your upper back. Can you release it into extension? So that's your first step, and your head's barely off. Keep releasing those upper back joints into extension, and then take it seriously by working from the top of the spine down. You'll be so grateful for the rest of your day that you did. And now slowly coming home. So if you're ahead of me, there's a reason I've slowed us all down, to really take care of the health of that upper back, which on most of us is fixed in flexion. Last time, take your time, the head's just off the floor. What's happening in your upper back? Have you actually released it into extension, widening across your chest, stretching the distance between your sternum and your pubic bone? Because we're about to go all the way. So now keeping your jazz hand, climb up into your cobra. Strong legs, strong core. Slowly coming back down, check you've still got your hand. Come back towards it. Like a caterpillar would, lay your lower belly first. Keep it working, keep the tone. Lay your middle abs, keep your belly, keep your tone. Lay your chest. Now lay your elbows. Now find your head. 2 done with quality, better than 10 done roughly. Focus in. Head, release your upper back. Feel what your hands are doing. Spreading through your upper back. Feel and check lower core, legs and feet. Climbing up with the head, how far can you go before you have to lift your elbows? So sense that. Wrap yourself into that middle back strongly. Wrap around your pelvis strongly. Climb to the top. Check your position at the top. What's happening in your legs? Have you still got your feet? Knees are off the floor. Stay strong through your legs as we lay the abdominal wall, but keep the tone. As we lay the chest, keep the tone in your abs. As we finally bring the face, we've got one more, ladies. Here we go. Taking off with the crown of the head. Check lower core right now. Check the release in your upper back. Climbing up to the ceiling. Check at the top. Check the tone in your core at the top. Check your strong legs. Coming back. Like a caterpillar would. Lay the lower belly, but keep the tone. Middle belly, keep the tone. Upper, sternum, elbows, chest, and head. Okie-doke, sitting back on your heels. Compare to how we started. So as you take the hands, arms, and shoulders now, how does that feel? Hopefully more open in your back. Hopefully a feeling of space. Tuck your toes, drop your feet. Set your feet up. Take the floor with your feet. Start to unravel, rolling back, rolling in, arriving at the top. Close eyes as soon as you can when you make it to the top. With your eyes closed, sense your feet. Have you got all the knuckles? Can you feel all the tips of the toes? Push off the foot, feel strong through your legs. Feel very upright with your legs. Balance your pelvis between the legs, over the top of the feet. Look up through your column of your spine. Balance your rib cage over your pelvis. Balance your head on the tower of your neck. Feel the energy reaching out through the tippy point of the crown of your head. Sense the center. Sense your vertical axis. Gently open your eyes. Well done. Happy Thursday, everybody. Have a great day.